All right, the Commanders doing some work already this offseason. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to teams that just kind of get overlooked by the national media, teams that just kind of been down and out for years, and Commanders are one of those teams we followed, and looky there, you beat us in the playoffs after we'd been following you, covering you for a couple of years. So how could you do that to us? That's all right. All right, here's what's interesting. Former Detroit Lion, you're going to sign, and I think what the Commanders are doing, you can clearly see they're building the defense up. And here's all I want to highlight on this is that Bobby Price was signed to a futures deal. Remember, that means, hey, we want you at camp next year, basically. You're going to be one of the 90 that are going to fight for a roster spot. And he's actually been part of the Commanders for a little bit, but he entered the NFL as an undrafted free agent out of Norfolk State and played 3 seasons with the Lions. And the Commanders clearly see something they like in Price because the assistant general manager is Lance Newmark. If you ever watch, I mean, I don't expect you to do this, but Lance Newmark was a big part of the Lions' early successful drafts. And I'm talking Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta, orchestrating the draft to get Jared Goff here plus 2 first-round picks. Goff plus 2 first-round picks, and then they turn that into all the draft picks and all the success that the Lions have had up until this point, building just a really rock-solid roster. So Lance Newmark was part of getting Bobby Price, and so it's like, okay, so he's just like a bigger special teams guy. He's been on practice squads, and so, look, is he going to change your entire team and you're going to win the Super Bowl next year? No, maybe. But he is just I'm going to show you throughout this video what the Commanders are up to, and this is one of them, right? So, and by the way, let me know in the comments your favorite, we do this in the offseason, your favorite all-time Washington Commanders wide receiver. All-time wide receiver. If I had to pick, if I am not a Commanders fan, but if I was for a day, I would be like Santana Moss. He always seemed smaller than he should have been, yet as he was really good. Plus, I liked his name. You know, it's like, let's go. Santana Moss. What a player. All right, you just let me know in the comments. There's a lot of them. A lot of good ones. Okay. Because here's the deal. You take that over to your now mock draft. Again, it's a futures deal. Let's not get crazy, but also it's good to have this veteran corner build up in the secondary. And then you take over to the mock draft what PFF has you doing. It's like, okay, this is interesting. Cameron Williams, tackle. Love it. And by the way, this draft, you can see it says pick 22. This was like an earlier draft before it was actually settled in, but it's close enough. I just like this one. So that's why. That's why we're doing this. Because you're thinking, we're picking 22? What? Because, hold on. Well, actually, you got me thinking now. You're not picking 22. This has got me all screwed up. Hold on. Ha. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. No. You're picking 29. There it is. See, okay. I got confused there. Okay, let's go back to it. So, yeah, this mock draft is not, but again, it's close enough. It's fine. Cameron Williams, tackle. This is what I like about this one, is defensive end, Boston College next round, and then corner after that. It feels like the defense was good enough to keep you in games and keep things manageable and not get out of whack, but it just feels like missing a couple pieces defensively when Bobby Wagner is kind of like your best player. It's no offense to him because I think he is really good, but when he's standing out at the age he's at and just kind of finishing out his career, it's like, dude, where are the rest of our playmakers in some different spots? And you've got guys like, you're hoping Sandra Still's the guy. Frankie Luvu is you can't decide really what he is. He's like, he's good, and it's like, all right, what? We need you, man. You're like awesome, right? Some games is not. So defense. Offensively, you could roll out there exactly what you had this year and just be a problem for people. I know that teams will now have an off season, a whole year to like, all right, we know what Jayden Daniels is. Let's prep. Let's look at what we need to do against him. Of course, right? I mean, I think the tape catches up to you ultimately a little bit and closes the gap because, man, they were just doing so many things offensively that was just like, jeez, can't stop the run. Is it a run? Is it a run in, RPO? Is it a run and he keeps it? Is it, it's just like, holy smokes. And then on top of it, and especially against the Lions, what he did was every like big throw that he just kind of not had to have, but it was like, man, if he hits this throw, boom, hits it 30-yarder, hits a 40-yarder, hits a 40-yarder. And it's like, oh, well, this is real hard to compete with because we don't know if he's running it or going to throw a bomb on us or what is going on? Is this guy amazing? Like, what is going on? And I think he is, but the credit to the Commanders. I'm sorry, I'm going on a rant here about just why the Commanders' offense is great. I'm not a rant, but just saying, if you offensively are just basically good enough right now as you are, fix the defense. And then Jayden Daniels is only going to get better. And the way that they operate with him, this is where I was going with this. I say all that to say, be thankful that you have a couple coaches that just understand what to do with a mobile quarterback. And again, he's not looking to run. They're not looking to run him. They're not looking to get him injured. But what a way, and this is a credit to Jayden Daniels, that he can run the ball in a responsible way in which you keep the defense completely guessing and you're not getting crushed out there. So he knows, I'm going to run the ball and I'm going to dance around and maybe I have to step out, go backwards so I don't get hit, and I'll gain 5 yards. But that's just, you got the defense all screwed up with that. And so credit to them for running that, because I think I look around at the rest of the league and people that have mobile quarterbacks, it's like, run them. And it's like, well, I don't want to get them hurt and all that. It's like, absolutely. But you can see how your team uses that run just every 10 plays to be like, gosh, we're a step slow. Is he going to keep it? Is he going to throw it? RPO, the whole thing. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think the Commanders are going to just bulk up the defense. Find players defensively. Veteran players like Bobby Price is like perfect. We'll see if he can make the roster. If not, practice squad. But let's have him come back. Let's do things that bulk up the defense. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll see all of you on the next one.